Hi there, Leo. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel. This is Mr. Fire Dragon, and welcome to the channel. This is your reading for the autumn equinox, and so this is going to include the 3 official months of autumn, starting on September 23rd and going all the way to the winter solstice that starts on December 22nd. So just a few notes before we get started. This is a general reading. It will not resonate for every single Leo on the planet out there. So if these messages do resonate with you, take those in. Those are meant for you. If they do not resonate with you, kick them on out to another Leo out there. This is going to mostly correspond to Leo's Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, and all Leo cross-watchers are totally welcome to watch us as well. So while you're thinking about it, reach out there, hit that subscribe button, and join the little dragon family that we have here. And also give us that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and letting us know that you enjoy this content. Lots of notes of appreciation to everybody out there who has subscribed, everybody who's reached out for personal reading. You guys are very, very kind, and I love getting to know each of you a little better. And so also below in the description box is all my personal information if you do want to get in touch with me for a personal reading, and also all the links to the different cards that I use in each reading are there as well, just so that you can see what those are if you're interested in having them for yourself. So as we get started, I'm going to use 3 tuning forks here that are tuned to the planetary rulers for each month. So as we go into the time of Libra, as autumn starts, that's our Venus fork. That's the ruling sign of Libra. Then we're going to hit the Pluto fork. That is the Scorpio planet as we go into the time of Scorpio. And then as we go into that last month of autumn, that's going to be Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius. So let's go ahead and listen to these tones and feel the vibration and get ready for your session. Beautiful. I love these vibrations. They're so good. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is the big seasonal wheel. This is the Celtic Wheel of the Year. So we are wrapping up that season of summer from Letha, Lunasa, and we're going to Mabon, which is the Celtic Druidic name for the fall equinox, for the beginning of autumn. So this is going to encompass the time of Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius as we make our way to the winter solstice in December. So basically what we're looking at energetically is that you are going to be shifting through 3 main signs. And so I'm going to do a reading with different card decks to get an idea of what kind of storyline, what kind of themes you're going to have coming up over those 3 months of autumn. And so for Leo, those are going to hit your universal astrological houses of the 3rd house, the 4th house, the 5th house. I would say, just knowing the astrology of that, the 3rd and the 5th house ones are going to be easier. So the time of Libra, and then definitely the time of Sagittarius, which is another fellow fire sign. Those are going to be a lot easier. The 4th house transit during the time of Scorpio between around October 23rd to November 22nd is probably going to be the more challenging time, because that is a more challenging energy for Leo. So let's go ahead and start seeing what comes out for you guys. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians and ancestors, helpers and healers, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Leo as we do their autumn equinox 3-month autumn journey reading. Please protect their energy as well as mine, and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you. Ooh, so yes, Show the World the Real You comes up with the first month. That's going to be the time of Libra. Then, oh, what a surprise, full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. That one came up for that month of Scorpio. And then communication is key. New moon in Gemini comes up for that time of Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius's opposition sign is Gemini, so that in a way doesn't really surprise me that you got something connected with that. And then that Aquarian energy is all about, you know, the air sign, so you really got some interesting moon cards that are connected very deeply with that. So yeah, full moon in Aquarius as we go into the time of Libra, and that is the actual autumn equinox. That is what it's marked by, is that sun sign movement into the sign of Libra. So September 23rd at 3:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can adjust your time zone, but that is when the sun clicks into Libra, and that is the official start of autumn. That is how that is calculated. So now we're going to pull some from the Dragon Oracle, and we're just going to keep deepening the message for these 3 months of fall. Lots of beautiful dragon energy coming up here. So on top of the full moon in Aquarius comes the earth and water dragon. So Leo, I think during the time of Libra, you are really getting in touch with those deeper feminine energies. This says creates a foundation for new growth. A fresh start is coming with new opportunities. Nurture your ideas and harvest the abundance. So it's a really powerful energy, especially if you're trying to plant new ideas, go for new opportunities. They're coming up, and that earth and water combination is like you water the plants, you water the flowers, that's how you get them to grow, and it's the same with your ideas. And so being yourself, really putting yourself out there, not being afraid to be who you truly are, you know, which is a very colorful, bright personality. Even the more shy Leos out there still have that sunshine. They still have that radiance, even if they don't try that hard to show it. So then going into that Scorpio month, releasing negativity, releasing anything toxic, painful, things that are old wounds, old baggage that are left behind. And you're joined by that air and fire elemental dragon for expanding creative energies, harnesses creativity, excitement, and enthusiasm, communicate your passion. So very interesting how we go from the earth and the water, very feminine, and then into air and fire, which are very masculine. So that tells me as well, Leo, that, you know, as you go into the Scorpio energy, it's like you're really having to take an active role in releasing a lot of old emotional baggage that's been, you know, haunting you or bothering you, anything that's been hurtful. It's time to take a very active role, and that can mean even going to counseling, talking to friends, just really getting those feelings out there, whether it means, you know, journaling, writing it down, however you process is the best way to go. So then as we get into that last month of autumn, going from November up into the winter solstice, you've got the Omega Dragon, which is one of the most powerful of the dragons in this deck, harnesses divine feminine power of creation. Keep your intention, hold your vision, birth the higher consciousness. So communication is very key here. And because it's a new moon energy, that's bringing in new communication, new thoughts, new ideas. It's not about holding on to the old ideas anymore, Leo, and you release so much of that during that time of Scorpio. So let's pull some Druid animal cards to see what animal spirits are coming up around you for this time of year. Whoa, okay, very strong energy. So right now, around, this time as we start going into the beginning of Libra, going towards Scorpio, you're going to be embodying the energy of the goose. The goose is a very, very strong creature. It's one of the biggest migrators. It can travel great distances with very little rest. So he's got a lot of stamina, a lot of endurance, very, very strong, very loyal. And so this is the energy that you have as you're going forward. To me, the goose is also quite the nurturer. They really take care of each other. They stay together in a group. So this can mean bringing in more people around you, bringing in who you feel are truly your family, your core group that you need around you during this time. So very, very strong. Going into that Scorpio time, interestingly enough, we pull up the bull. This is the masculine energy, and to me that always brings up the energy of Taurus, which is the opposite of Scorpio. So yes, we're really digging deep into some earthy, old ideas. The bull is a very, very strong energy in the Celtic tradition. It's the masculine counterpart to the cow, which is also in this deck. And so it's bringing up, that more protective, don't mess with me. You don't mess with the bull in the field. He's going to protect his friends and his family and where he lives. So very, very strong, very passionate energy as you move through removing a lot of that negativity and debris. And then as we go into the time of Sagittarius, look at that. You got the fire dragon out of the whole deck, and Mr. Fire Dragon is very happy about that. He goes, yes, you get the dragon claw of approval on that one, because that's a wonderful element for the dragon. This is aligning with Sagittarius time, which is again a very strong fire sign. It's the mastery of fire, so is the fire dragon. So you're definitely embracing more passion, more vitality, more creativity. Even if this feels a little bit bombastic and a little overblown to the people that it's like, no, you have to step into your power. And so aligning with that very feminine energy of the Omega Dragon from the Dragon Oracle deck, I think that's a very beautiful balance of both feminine and masculine for those two dragons coming through. So let's pull some tarot and just get some more advice on this. Wow, so yes, Leo, you're definitely moving through some difficult anxieties, worries. It's that air element, the Nine of Swords, so this is really like those thoughts and worries, those things that keep you up late at night. So you are definitely working through some really challenging times. Not a surprise with that card coming up. And it's really all about acknowledging that that's there, acknowledging those thoughts, fears, feelings that, are kind of overwhelming to you. Let's get a clarifier on this Nine of Swords, please, Spirit. Yeah, and it's really, I think, very much coming to an end, because there's that Two of Wands that starts the new cycle over. It's a fire element card, so it's really saying it's time to look at the new possibilities, Leo. It's like that sun is coming up over the horizon, the eagle is in the sky seeing the broad picture. So it's really, it's like a lot of this is a choice of perspective, if you ask me. I think this is really pointing to it's like those fears and worries may still be there somewhat as you work through this time. But I think that if you choose to look more into the future and more into the present opportunities that are coming up, the easier it is to let go of those deep fears and worries. So then getting into the time of Scorpio, I think there is so much working through a lot of that comes up, and then you get that Nine of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment, a lot better emotional stability. I also see a lot of you know, financial stability attached to the Nine of Cups as well, because there's usually, you know, the guy actually looks like he's a little merchant or shop owner, you know, and it's like it's a very satisfying feeling. So let's get this clarifier for the Nine of Cups. Yes, and a lot of that, yeah, there's your ace, your Eight of Pentacles, which is that earthy energy, which is greater abundance, but this just comes through working one day at a time. Don't push the river, don't rush the process. During this month of Scorpio, there's definitely going to be some things to work through there, Leo, but I think you're really going to do pretty well with it, even though you may feel like you're stuck in a rock and a hard place, Leo, because that Scorpio energy can be, you know, that real, it creates a lot of friction, a lot of challenge. But the other good thing about that for you, Leo, is that it really puts you in that place where it fires you up and it gets you moving and it motivates you to take action, because you say, this is too uncomfortable. I've got to change it up. I got to move it up. And a lot of this is because you have really picked up the slack from everyone else, where other people have abandoned projects, gone back on their word, kind of left you hanging. You know, here you are with that Five of Swords picking up the pieces as we go into that time of Sagittarius. Let's get a clarifier on the Five of Swords, please. Yes, and you will. Oh my goodness. On top of the fire dragon, you've also got the Rebel, the Emperor card, which, you know, to me in the Osho Zen is a very, very positive energy. Again, look at that. You start out with the eagle in the Libra time, and you end up with another eagle in the time of Sagittarius. So I really think this has a beautiful arc. You can already tell just from the astrology that this is going to be a very powerful 3-month period for you. It's breaking those chains of restriction. You start with that Aquarian energy, and to me Aquarius is always a very rebellious, revolutionary energy, and then you end, the last card of the whole thing is the Rebel, the Emperor. So to me it's like, be yourself and then keep being yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself. That is a huge, huge message for Leo for this autumn cycle. Absolutely awesome. So let's pull a card from the spellcraft, the magical spellcraft. We're going to pull one card for a ritual affirmation for you for this period of time. Let's get a good one for Leo here. Oh, yes, that is so beautiful. Number one, Leo, and you are so number one. And it's the love card. Aphrodite, I call to thee to bring a true love here to me. And you are so much about the heart, Leo. So this is a love drawing spell, a love drawing affirmation. And I believe that love comes in many forms, not just through the typical romantic love, but also through spiritual love, love of friends, love of family, love of everything around you, love of your creativity and your own genuine spirit. And this deck, this particular deck, does have an accompanying book that has like a little ritual or like a little candle magic that you can do for each one of these. So if you're into doing little rituals, just text me at my number below in the description box. Tell me that you would like the ritual for the love card for the Leo reading, and I will send a snapshot of the page from the book so that you can have the ritual. So this was a beautiful reading, Leo. Very, very positive. Keep your head up. You're going to be doing really good through the autumn. Take care. See you soon.